Order in the court. Order in the court. Can we get order in the court? All right. I'm your judge today. And the device I have on a chopping block is a Moto Z3. And before I pass judgment on should you buy this phone in 2018, I'm going to bring Eric from Easy Computer Solutions up to the podium. And he's going to give you his thoughts on why you should buy the Moto Z3. Because this device is a 2018 sort of flagship for a nice price, and it's supposed to be 5G compatible. But should you buy the Moto Z3? I'm going to let Eric from Easy Computer Solutions to come to the podium and explain to us why you should buy the Moto Z3. Eric, the podium is yours. Welcome, distinguished guests. Thank you, Your Honor, for giving me the opportunity to present the Moto Z3. The Moto Z3 is a strange device, but hear me out before we pass judgment on a device like this. Taking it that it came out in 2018, it has some future-proof things that's going on with this device. So let's go down and recap some of the specs of the Moto Z3. It has a 6-inch OLED display. You got the Snapdragon 835 processor, also with 4 gigs of RAM. You got 64 gigs of internal storage, complemented by SD card support. The Moto Z3 is running Android 8.1, hopefully slated to get Android Pie soon. This device is a 5G compatible device, even though the mod is not here yet. But in 2019, when most companies roll out their 5G stuff, this device will be the world's first 5G compatible device with a Moto mod that's attached on the back. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you really fast is that Motorola have kept to its promise, is that giving us 3 years of support of the Moto mod system. If you go back a couple of years ago, when they first released the device with the Moto mods, a lot of people was excited saying that the Moto mods was something special. And it takes the device and it brings it to another level. And so move forward to 2018, Motorola have kept this promise and given us and delivering Moto mod support on the Moto Z devices, which is a good thing because not all devices and not all companies stick to their promise. Now, let's go on and talk about the price. Verizon Wireless have this phone for $480. Why it being a steep price, but look what you get with that price. Now, a lot of people proclaim that this device is supposed to have the 845 processor, which is a 2018 processor. I beg to differ. I believe that it's a mid-range device. 835, along with the Moto software that's on top of Android 8.1, make the device run very smooth and fluid. Now, let's talk about the software. One of the things that I can tell you, that using Motorola a long period of time, you have a smooth experience. No lag, no hiccups, no stuttering. I think the device runs very good for what you get. Also, not only that, but you get nearly stock Android on the Moto Z3. What's some Motorola features like chop for the flashlight and twist to open up the camera and stuff like that. This device looks good, it feels good. Even though it's 1080p on the screen, which is 1080p plus max vision display, the phone actually looks very good. The display is very sharp and crisp, and its overall quality is very good. So when you're looking at it from a consumer standpoint, the screen is very vibrant. It looks good. Now, a lot of y'all might say, well, why doesn't it have a 2K display, a 1440p display? A lot of people proclaim that if you go back and look at the Moto Z2 Force, that phone had a Snapdragon 835 with 4 gigs of RAM, but that device had a 2K display 1440p. So why move up from the Moto Z2 Force to the Moto Z3, knowing that you got the same specs, but the Moto Z Force had a higher resolution screen. Looking at Motorola, this is a 5G compatible device. Now, yes, granted, you can get a Moto Z2 Force a little cheaper than the Moto Z3, but that's not the point. The point is that this is 2018's version of Motorola's vision. This is what they want to present in 2018. So today, I want to tell you guys one of the reasons to buy the Moto Z3 is because it's future-proof. Motorola hopefully will take care of business on the software. Now, when it comes down to the cameras, let's talk about the cameras. Now, on the back, you got 12 megapixels dual camera setup. Not only that, but you have a black and white sensor along with another sensor, and it's supposed to combine each other to give you good photographs. Now, I'm going to show you Exhibit A, a photo here. Now, the photo is very detailed. It looks good. Listen, one of the things that I can tell you about Motorola phones, they definitely underrated. The photo quality here looks very good. So when it comes down to giving you better bang for your buck, when it comes down to pictures, when it comes down to a video, Motorola really do a good job as far as that. Now, you can record 4K 30 frames per second, which is a good thing. Before I leave this podium, Your Honor, and I know I'm pleading my case for the Moto Z3, you have to look at it in a lot of different perspectives. You can do anything on a Moto Z that you could do on any 845 processor. You could play any high intensive games on this device. You could throw everything at it and it will play with no problem. Now, yes, granted that we almost at the end of 2018 and Android Pie is out and this device does not have it. But you got to look at the statistics of Android phones in 2018 that's running Android Pie. Very limited supply, very limited supply. So is the Moto Z3 will get Android Pie? Absolutely. Now, with 5G compatibility, even though I can't test it on this unit that I have, but I have faith that the Moto mod that you get with this device in 2019 will take care of business. So that's my case. That's my case. Here, hopefully, jurors, Your Honor, you would give Motorola a chance, and hopefully I plead my case to the fullest. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Honor. I give you back the podium. Well. I see, Eric, that you presented your case very well. But I do have some concerns about this Motorola phone here. Why come out with a 5G phone and 5G is not out? That's concerning to me. And do we want to put a lot of faith in a company to push a 5G mod, knowing we don't even know when 5G is coming out? You might say, Eric, that 5G coming out in 2019, but when? And when you look at the Moto Z3 in 2019, it will be 2 years behind when looking at the hardware. So should we trust some of these things that you're saying here, Eric? Think about this. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful device. But is it the wrong place at the wrong time? Is it the Moto Z3 a device that should have came out in 2019? Included in the box should be a 5G mod, or maybe they could develop the technology to have the 5G chip inside of the device instead of externally. Another question that I have, Eric, is that who's going to carry around a 5G mod? This phone is already thin and beautiful. The 5G mod might make it big and bulky. So you telling me that putting a 5G mod on this device is going to give it 5G compatibility? Now, isn't it at 2019, we will have devices that will have 5G capability already built in without a mod? So why should we trust the 5G compatibility with this phone? Now, let's talk about the price point. You talked about $480. I believe that's a pretty decent price. Because looking at the $1,000 price points on these phones, $480 don't seem to be bad. Especially what you get from a phone like this, beautiful, classy, fingerprint magnet on the back, knowing that you can upgrade it with all the mods, battery mods and stuff like that. So that's a pretty decent characteristics of this phone. The screen technology, even though it's AMOLED, is beautiful, gorgeous. I do like the design, but it should have had a case in the box. Now the fingerprint scan on the side is pretty interesting because I can rest my thumb on it and it does open very fast and fluid. I really do like that. I like the cameras on this device, the black and white and the color camera, the video, 4K 30 frames per second. Hey, that's the Snapdragon 835. So those are some of the things that I want to give a temporary judgment to you, Eric, because of the price point and some of the other things I just spoke about. So judgment of the Moto Z3 goes to you, Eric. And I'm gonna revisit this phone in a short period of time and see if we get the upgrades that Motorola promised. If not, I will put this on the chopping block. So I will reward you with a temporary stay. Judgment for Eric. Next case, please. Next case. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. Leave your comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was all good fun. See you guys on the next video. Peace.